All right, so let's talk about a topic that gets a lot of attention, but not a lot of honest conversation: sex work. When we say sex worker, there's a whole mix of reactions, right? Some people see it as taboo, others treat it like any other gig. But what if I told you, in some ways, sex work shares a lot with, say, graphic design on Fiverr or driving for Uber? Let's break it down. Freelancers set their own hours, pick their clients, and negotiate their rates. Sex workers often do exactly the same thing. They offer a service, they advertise, and yeah, they hustle to pay the bills. In places where sex work is decriminalized or legalized, workers have even more control and legal protection, just like other freelancers. But here's where it gets complicated. Unlike most freelance gigs, sex work is loaded with stigma and, in many places, legal risks. Imagine trying to use PayPal for your freelance writing, but the platform can ban you just because of the service you provide. That's what sex workers deal with all the time. Plus, there's the risk of violence, lack of healthcare, and the fact that a lot of people still see this work as something shameful or exploitative. Then again, isn't part of being a freelancer facing instability? No benefits, no guaranteed income, always hunting for the next gig. Sex workers know that grind all too well. For some, sex work is a choice about flexibility, money, or maybe even a sense of empowerment. For others, it's the only option left. But here's the thing. Whether you're designing logos, programming apps, or selling intimacy, you're still selling your time, your energy, and your skill. The difference is, society puts a huge value judgment on the kind of service you provide. So, is sex work just another freelance job? In terms of independence, negotiation, and hustle? Yeah, it often is. But it's also much more complicated. The legal gray areas, the social stigma, the safety risks, they all make it a unique kind of freelance hustle. If we really want to treat sex workers like freelancers, maybe it's time to start seeing them, first and foremost, as workers. People with bills to pay, choices to make, and lives as complex as anyone else's. Thanks for sticking with me. And if you're curious to learn more, keep those questions coming.